Hey cuties, let's catch up with all the Queen's men. So we are in season 3, episode 9 and 10. And look, from what I can tell, Miss Madam, she came to play. No, she came for all the smoke. You hear me? Let's talk about it.
I feel good.
Wait a minute. Who
I knew that I would know. Wow.
So we picking up with episode 9. I'm just gonna do a quick overview for episode 9, but we picking up for where we left off in the last season, where Madam found out that Concierge's brother or Concierge killed her father. So we pick up with season 3, episode 9, where Rayshawn, Trouble, and I forgot the other guy's name, where they at Miss Tandy's house and they robbing her, of course. Rashawn, he in there going ballistic on the husband, and they soon learn what he done did, and he in total shock. And come to find out, the CI, the detective that was working inside the club that was exposed, looked like he been working behind the scenes to come against the lady detective. I don't know why none of the names are coming to me at this very moment, but y'all know who I'm talking about, and I'll, speak up with their names, when I realize it. But yeah, so they look like he been working behind the scenes to bring her down. So she's under fire right now. And then we got Amp, look like he's going to start to open up. He been playing that hardball, giving Dom a real hard time, but behind the scene, he has been, making sure that her tires, have air in them and everything. And, Midnight had to just remind her that Amp does care about you, so we're going to see how that pretty much unfolds the rest of the season. So the biggest highlight from episode 9 is Madam, once she learned that her father was supposedly killed, she is on a rampage now. So she is down to the nursing home, to get some more information about what happened, to kind of locate the nurse. Of course, y'all know the little nasty nurse. See, how she can get her information so she can run her down. But she was met at the nursing home by her sister, and the sister found out that the father was killed because Concierge told her, because that was a surprise to Madam. So they at the nursing home, they arguing, they going back to back. Now keep in mind, Madam is already on 1,000, so she ain't taking nothing from anybody, not even her sister. And baby, when I tell you Madam went in on her, she said she never put her hands on her because her daddy told her not to. But when I tell you Madam went in on her sister to the point where she didn't took something. She was first about to shoot her, but of course, they had to stop her with that. But at the end of the day, she did look like she stabbed her in the chest, child. Madam on a rampage. That was the biggest highlight for me in episode 9. But why all of this is going down in the nursing home, the little staff lady, she just in the background just looking. She don't know what to do. So now we're picking up with episode 10, back at the nursing home, where Madam is still face to face with her sister. She just stabbed her sister. So Madam was able to get the nasty nurse information, her home address. I mean, they just giving out personal information at this nursing home. So she gave her the address, and Madam gonna basically run down on the nasty nurse later on in episode 10. So I did want to piggyback on Rashawn, Trouble, and the other guy. So when they was at Miss Tandy's house, they actually, of course, they robbed her, right? But they initially was going to get the money that they agreed to give Rashawn to keep his mouth closed, but they ended up walking away with a whole lot more money from, that robbery. Now, because Miss Tandy had like everything in this safe. But keep in mind, after this whole incident, Rashawn went into shock. So they don't know what's going on with him, whether or not he is going to crack under pressure, go to the police, or what. He's just in total shock to the point where they don't even know where he end up going. They can't find him. So they end up, going to stake out the police station. And at the police station, while they were just waiting and looking just to make sure Rashawn did not go to the police, they saw Casanova, the CI that was working, inside of Club Eden to try to bring Madam down, the white guy. But they saw him coming out of the police station in like a homeless, facade. Okay, so Trouble wants to take that back to Madam, but of course it's hard to get to Madam through Tommy, Blue, and Dime. Now, Miss Tandy, she wasn't going to let that go, of course. Her husband is in the hospital, so they don't know if he's going to make it or not. But she goes down to the Club Eden so that she can try to get some more information because she thinks Madam is behind this or put them up to robbing her. So she goes down to the Club Eden and she requested a VIP with Trouble and the other guy. I can't think of his name. And they wasn't falling for what she was trying to get. But Trouble did do something irresponsible. She did say that Madam did have them rob Miss Tandy. But see, in Trouble's mind, she's thinking she has leverage to do that because she's anxious to get to Madam to tell her about Casanova coming out of that police station. Because at this point, Madam, and Tom and them, they was thinking that Casanova is dead because, old boy, the pretty boy stripper, he supposedly killed him. But, of course, he was hiding him out in the trunk. Y'all remember that? But yeah, so that's why she said Madam put them up to it. And then Miss Tandy ain't gonna want to step to Madam, but she does. She did eventually go to Madam to see if, she did put them up to it. Madam did. She of course told them no, she didn't, but they was more than right to go to her to rob her after what she did to Rashawn. So I was, happy to see that Madam do that anyway. And if Miss Tandy do try to come after them, yes, Madam is going to protect them. That's what I'm talking about. So Madam give word that the nasty nurse is home. So they go run down on the nurse. They bust up in their crib and Madam, asking her how much did they pay you. I mean, just going in, start shooting at her in her own house. And the nurse just took off running. And then Madam was surprised to see, y'all, guess who? Oh, Mr. Cadillac. He ain't dead, y'all. He ain't dead, y'all. Look, y'all like up the video, hit subscribe, and y'all have a good day on purpose. Bye.